Very warm welcome, students. I hope you can hear me. I hope I'm audible and I hope I'm visible right now. Today, I'm here to declare good news for everyone. Can anybody guess what it's going to be? Please think about it. I have been receiving emails from a lot of students who have been studying directly from YouTube courses and they have been successfully clearing exams. Many of our students have taken some course membership on YouTube, and through that, they have got access to certain videos which have helped them study. So it gave me an idea. It gave me an idea that I want to discuss with everyone today, and that's what we are here to do. So let's just wait and watch how this short video goes. Okay, so the suspense is over. What I'm trying to communicate is that we are starting highly affordable CPL and ATPL training for deserving students. And affordable as in how much? How much is the course? What am I offering in the course? What is iCATS offering you in the course? So let me make it clear for students who are new or students who have been learning and talking about their training and their future prospects to build career in civil aviation. It's been really very hurtful on a personal note, students, to be unable to be there to help to each and every student that has interacted with us over YouTube. YouTube has been a very YouTube has been, what do we say? YouTube actually gave me an opportunity to connect with students even before pandemic happened. I remember iCATS was the first institute to not order, to offer online CPL training, and I did it out of certain situations leading me to be doing it. But I used to train students from Pune and Bangalore while being in Mumbai because they could not travel to me, but they wanted to learn from me. And till then, we didn't have pandemic. So what really happened during pandemic when everybody shifted to online, I already had my techniques in a way where my online training was very much close to a live class environment. And I made sure that irrespective of the distance in kilometers and nautical miles, if you have a handset or a tab or a laptop, and if you are able to undertake or able to attend any lecture with full focus, then you're going to feel as if you have studied in a live class in an actual classroom. I never thought that I would get into 1,000 followers or have monetization done. My whole use of YouTube there was to keep recordings for students and have playlist for students so that they could revise after a lecture was done. And I was definitely using Zoom, and we were using a free 40-minute Zoom for more than two people. I know that if we look at a venture, be it an educational venture or business venture, and if we approach, then there is a way to approach. Like you have a setup, you have investments, you have team, then you have targets, then you have profits. Any school has to make profit to ensure they learn, ensure that they can sustain. They have to give salaries, costs, training, materials, etc. But I never took it that way. It occurred to me that training is one of my purpose or one of the major purpose of my life, training students, helping students. But I could never actually think about it as a business. I have been a tutor and instructor, and I've always felt like an instructor, and I wanted to just personally teach every student who gets what I'm teaching. Doing that, I've realized that there have been so many opportunities that I could have used to increase the reach of Invictus, Civil Aviation Training and Support. Short is iCATS. iCATS, cats here means lion, tiger, in spirit, as spirit animals. And I remember when I was finally registering the academy and I was coming up with name Invictus, because I feel that if we don't give up on dreams, then nobody can win over us. We will always win. So Invictus. Our parent group is called Invictus Trident, and Trident means Trishul. So Invictus has three prongs. Education is the main prong. Okay. So Invictus Civil Aviation Training and Support. It means we're not just here to give you lectures, but we're going to support you till the time you get your job. So forming iCATS and realizing that there is a genuine need for students to be trained genuinely, I thought that it would be great if I could just reach out to more students. And I started just keeping my videos open for public to view, although I could not make targeted videos for YouTube. All that I could manage to do by myself was just student lectures and try to make them open. I have to give credit to those students who didn't object having their training videos open out in the public for everybody else to learn. Now, maybe let's say a ex-student has joined the course for some amount of fee, and we have trained, and we have those sessions for their revisions as backup. Keeping that open is like giving his investment to me out to everyone. But neither have most of the students ever objected, neither have I felt bad. The only thing that I feel bad about, the only thing that I feel bad about is that I was not able to yet give you direct content for students to study directly on YouTube without a recorded class or without anything. But still, what keeps me going is that I don't know students, but they study with whatever available videos are and they clear, and that's what matters. There are students who sometimes don't clear exams. I want you all to know that it's all about finding the area of improvement, working on it, and giving the next attempt and clearing the exam. I just want to address one main issue. After that, I'm going to share the good news. I am having no expectations with this video right now, but I really wanted to just do something live and have a start to, you know, training more and more students at a fraction of cost for what they are being asked for everywhere else. So I want to help monetary way also and quality of education way also. Why monetary way? As a kid, uh, there was difficulty in paying my fee. Even in school times, my parents have struggled, and I've seen the humiliation that we have to go through in school when fees are not paid. When we think about a professional course like CPL, uh, such things might not happen. Everybody is like cutthroat. You pay, you study. You don't pay, you don't study. It's all up to us. We take loan and we make money, we earn, we do part-time jobs, we take money from our parents, we invest. Now there are two types of investments in training for flying studies. One is investment is for ground studies. Another investment is for flying studies. Now imagine you have paid 40, 50 lakhs to a flying school for flight training, and by the time you graduate, you don't even know 30% of flying, but you've got your certificate. Will that make sense? Will that make you a good pilot? Will it make it safe for me to sit with you? Will it make it logical for the airline to hire you? Similarly, ground studies is that aspect where the gap in what is to be taught and what is learned by the students is wide. Now everybody know that they will not be able to risk not training for uh, flight exercises because the plane will crash. There will be a loss of life, property, money. So they try and give you some or the other way to try to complete the whole training. And the process of training is such that you keep trying till the time you master it. So some people can do it within 200 hours, 250 hours, 240 hours, and so on. But the problem that happens is during the ground training phase because there is no plane that is going to crash if you don't know half of the concepts. It is what is the thinking is. You just have to clear the papers so that you can get your license. And for that, you will join a ground school and you will be doing it to get the papers. But what if you don't get the knowledge? So by the time you have graduated, by the time you have cleared all your papers, when the time comes for an interview, maybe with me, maybe with an airline job interviewer, then they'll ask you certain questions which will be from your CPL ground study phase. And you might only know 20-30% even after having spent anywhere between a lakh to 3 lakh to 4 lakhs, whatever the cost is for ground schools, depending from school to school. And that is where, after having spent the money on ground school and then having spent on flight training, and then finally getting an interview where you are failing because you are not taught properly and you are struggling to learn, and you are just hoping that written exams I can clear based on question papers, vivas and all, I have to like go through airline entry, airline question banks and all. Conceptual knowledge you will want to learn during your flight training, during your type rating, for your job interviews. And still you will find yourself struggling because there will be so much less of a time and so much of a journey that you have already crossed, 2 years, 3 years, from the first time of learning for ground papers, applying computer number, till being in the spot to be recruited. So this is an issue that I've spotted when I was a visiting faculty at different schools. And out of 10, maybe three to four students can study on their own, irrespective of who's teaching them and how they are being taught. Some can just read from the book, some can read from videos, some can read from any instructor, even teaching from PPTs. But what about the majority, six, seven students who are from humble beginnings, who are starting from scratch, who count on the instructor to train them everything from scratch? Everything, as in, what is navigation? I need a specific line to this if I want to judge you as an aviation professional. I don't need vague answers. What is navigation? It's the art, it's the science, it's the exercise of flying a plane safely on time from point A to point B. If you cannot say it like this, it means you have not understood what the subject is. The first thing that you learn in the navigation course that I'm offering or that I have learned to deliver, or from the books that I've learned, the right approach is how to be a good navigator. What are the basic instruments that help you navigate? Everything else comes afterwards. A good navigator in air needs to know where they are, why they are, and where they are supposed to be, and where they are supposed to go. That's it. Everything that you will learn in your ground training phase will come into practice when you're in air at the cockpit controls, when you're on ground at the cockpit controls, before departure, during departure, climb, cruise, descent, arrival, landing, taxi back to apron. Many students get into jobs without having even 50% of ground studies knowledge, and they struggle a lot. They struggle a lot, and people can notice them. Peers, PICs, co-pilots, they can figure it out who knows what and who doesn't know what and who's just simply flying. And that restricts the growth inside the airline as well. And it's not safe in the long run. The whole point is any student who's choosing to invest his time, her time into building a career in civil aviation from a flying perspective to fill in flight crew roles, as much as they need good flight training, that is actually the need of good ground training. If the syllabus has 150 parameters, you need to know 150 parameters conceptually. Now, that is how you justify that I am a professional. And how will you learn this? When will you learn this? The best time is the ground training phase because you're fully dedicated. Once you start flying, you get very less time to clear papers or to study. But you give yourself 3 to 6 months, 2 months, 5 months, depending upon how many hours you can give on a daily basis. And you master. You master the ground studies conceptually, and you will see that everything is 100% applicable in real life. You must have heard, we all must have heard that, okay, I've done engineering, I've done this, I've done that, but my job is something totally different. And my education is not helping me at all because my role is completely different. In aviation, that is not true. In aviation, if you're thorough with your 100% conceptual knowledge based upon everything in CPL and ATPL, it is 100% applicable in air. If you fly and if you don't know these things, somewhere you'll be struggling, somewhere you'll be lacking. Most of the students will not even get a job. So only those who can, who don't know something, but they are so strong in their personality that they somehow back the job. They know what to say, when to say, and how to say. So the emphasis on ground training, somewhere it has to be as serious as flight training, and that's it. Now, knowing stories that students have paid a lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh on loan in ground schools and they have not been clearing papers, and academies or different schools, because they have a way that it works. might not train them again unless they retake admission. So they don't have anything to prove to their parents that, okay, sell my land and sponsor my flying training. I'm talking about stories of farmers and kids coming from such areas where hardly they have something in their life that they're going to use to sponsor their training. I don't want anyone to feel like that. Whether they have spent 500 rupees, 5,000 rupees, 50,000, 1,50,000, or 5 lakhs on their ground training. I think it's my purpose to ensure that no student feels helpless even after having invested in their ground training. Because sometimes it becomes very difficult to clear exams for certain students and they become very, very stressed mentally, emotionally, and they don't deserve to be there. And sometimes such things can delay their career by 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. Whatever the issue is, we have to take it seriously. That's it. So many students end up paying fees here and then go somewhere else because they were not satisfied. Now, good thing they can afford to go elsewhere, but not everybody can go elsewhere. I've had couple of students who have gone elsewhere, just one or two for some reasons. But most of the students that I have been getting are students who have already invested somewhere but didn't get much from there. And now saying, sir, aap meko thoda kara do, sir, make me do something. I don't have much to pay. I can pay only this much. And I also understand if somebody already has paid so much, how can I charge them the whole course fee? So I try to do that, irrespective of thinking whether there's any money going to be made or not. Because education, I want iCATS to be a great institute, self-functioning, where I can sponsor and give scholarship to students, give 100% scholarship. So that way we need money. We will need money. We'll need to be very strong so that 5 years down the line, we can have the best flying training school all across the globe in India, where your flight training could be at a lesser cost and a higher quality. But that dream is in the future. What is there in the present is the culmination of efforts since pre-pandemic. And I've taken thousands of lectures by myself covering all subjects, and some of them are there for you to study. The whole courses are there, okay? And they are all current and they are all good quality and they are all going to give you the feel of a real life class, provided you study under guidance. So I'm announcing this good news that we are uh, going to offer CPL courses to students at fraction of costs and using YouTube memberships. If we can reach a certain number, maybe 1,000 members, maybe 2,000 members, where the monthly membership fee, I think it's less than our Wi-Fi fee that we have to pay. If we can do that, then I'm planning to give the entire courses to members at just that much amount. So imagine you need 6 months to study, and all those 6 months, all you have to do is just whatever YouTube charges those membership fees for those courses, and your whole ground training could be done in less than 5,000 or 10,000. But that is only possible if I reach at least a number of 1,000 members or 2,000 members. So this is one good news. Please feel free to join. Please feel free to tell me what you need. I'll try my best to give you what I can. And until we reach that number of memberships, until then, whatever extra things that you will need which are not part of the membership courses, those I'll offer you added on the side, just like all my students study. Over there, we are going to offer you a very good scholarship. Like everywhere else, if navigation costs 90,000, 80,000, if technical general costs 90,000, 80,000, our scholarship fees already are reduced to up to 50,000. maybe 57,000, 50,000. But starting today, students who have watched this video, reaching out to me after this video, I'm going to reduce that fee by at least more 50%. I'm going to try to give you a course that is for 90,000, somewhere near 2025 or so, depending upon your performance in couple of lectures that I'm going to give you, along with some assessment. So there is a high probability that you could be still able to do your entire CPL ground training course with flexibility of time, being where you are for less than a lakh, covering all papers, with practical support coming to you wherever needed. For example, doubt solving, counseling, and RTR practice. So if you say that, sir, my budget is just 10K, I need to prepare for RT, you reach out to me. I'll tell you what we can do in the best possible way. If your budget is just 20K and you're like, sir, I want to do NAV, I'll tell you what we can do. Just reach out, feel free to ask, prove yourself, and we'll get it done. Being self-made gives us a different kind of confidence, but it's never actually just self. There are a lot of resources that are helping us. I also have had help from a lot of sources. I'm here to help. At the same time, even after getting help from banks, from families, from sponsors, whoever is sponsoring your studies and education, maybe you're self-sponsoring through a job, I would only want one thing from you, and that would be to give your 100% focus in class in each and every lecture that you attend. And then follow the study instructions that I'll give you, which will include textbook reading, textbook solving, self-assessment, and doubt solving. Conceptual mastery is very important. Students, after having worked as CPL for a few years, when they have to give ATPL, they have to come back to their CPL basics. And it comes to their ego at times because they are all certified pilots flying for 5 years, 10 years, and so on. A lot of people are serious and they study. A lot of pilots are no, they're so professional. They're so elder yet they're so professional. Even if I'm 20 years younger to them, they treat me as an instructor. They learn things, they pick up things. So here is my attempt to make CPL ground training easily easily available with high quality with high quality, deep knowledge, in-depth learning, and lifetime access because you'll need it again and again at fraction of costs. So once again, I humbly apologize because on YouTube I've not been as much as I would want to be. But starting today, going with the flow, I'm here to announce that if we can reach 1,000 or 2,000 members, I can give you the entire courses for your membership fee. And until then, I'm going to give you courses of your choice at a very fraction, as less as we can do, depending upon your budget. So feel free to reach out and know that you deserve best level of ground training because that is going to make you the first choice when it comes to airline job selection. And it's not just type-rated pilots who are getting jobs. Conventional CPL holders are also getting jobs. And some of our students have two vacancies at hand and they are choosing which one to go to. The time now is very good for aviation and it is continue to go in a upward direction. Time and again, when fuel prices are hit, aviation faces trouble and turbulence. Certain people lose their jobs, certain airlines stop their operations. That's why if you see the world today, if you see the country today, we had these more than these many airlines. Now we only have this much airline so that the crash doesn't happen. The financial crash doesn't happen. Everybody is at it, the government policies and the industry policies and the industry professionals. In order to make travel affordable, we need to fly more. In order to fly more, we need more planes, more people. In order to have more planes, more people, airlines need money. So it's a circle. But if I have an airline with 5 planes, and if for 5 years I'm just doing it with 5 planes, now that's not growth. But if I have an airline with 5 planes and within 5 years I have 15, now that's growth. And that is where we are headed. Seaplanes and seaports tenders have been going on with government since past 5 years. General aviation is going to come up within the next 10 to 15 years. Commercial aviation is where all the growth is going to happen for a long time. So that's it, students. I hope that I'm able to assist you in your training at iCATS. If you want to join iCATS, please feel free to reach out. If you want any resources, any information, any guidance, anything, just place it, name it. If you want to connect live and exchange ideas, we can do a live podcast kind of a thing. Feel free to tell me. Okay. I want iCats to grow, keeping the quality. I don't know 5,000 of y'all who have already signed up as subscribers. I hardly know 50 of y'all, maybe. But to know that you are there, you are learning, and I have never yet, uh, directly connected with you, but you know me and you are studying and you are clearing. Hats off to you, hats off to your dedication and struggle to find and provide training on your own because you want to save funds or maybe because you don't have much funds. So, all in all, I have been going through a tough time recently, but today I thought the best thing would be to first start giving it to my students what I really want to do and make it my purpose that I remember to do every day. And the happy news is that you're going to save a lot of money, you're going to gain a lot of knowledge, you're going to be conceptually strong, and you're going to be the front runner to get jobs. Where my aim is that one amongst 3 pilots has to be a student of iCATS. This is our community, self made community, and we are going to keep aviation safe. A level of safety such that nobody has ever seen before. Call anyone out of the cockpit, ask them anything, and they'll explain. Okay, this is the theory, this is the flying concept. Can I go back to my work? This is what my students are like, and this is what I want to inculcate in myself and in the whole community because this is what I've learned from our teachers, our retired professionals who believe in quality. So that's it, students. I hope everybody is doing well. I don't know how I'm looking today on video. Am I even presentable or not? I might be dull. I'm not worried about it. I was very nervous to be doing this, but I'm very happy that the message is out there. So for the whole year, if you're if you're going through this video, and if you need something, just let me know. And hopefully, I'll be giving you some interesting, short but knowledgeable training videos as courses. Remember, it's just me, one man army trying to help everyone. But at the same time, I think there's no difference between me and my student once their training is over. And students always outshine their instructors, is what I've seen. So keep outshining, students. Reach out to me. We have a very modest website where you can sign up for the courses. No matter what you do, however you join, you will get my support on a regular basis. You will be in touch with me pre and post each class, even though you'll be studying online. And for working professionals, you will get access to lectures that you can study anytime, but at the with the feel of a live class. Okay, students, all the best to everyone. Remember navigation, how to fly safely from point A to point B, air regulations, the rules and the laws that guide safety and professionalism. Metrology is the understanding of the area where majority of flying happens, and that area is my atmosphere. Radio telephony, how to communicate using radio telephony language to avoid any miscommunications. Technical general, how the aircraft actually flies. What is the structure like? What is the purpose of the structure? What are the different types of structure? How is it constructed? What is an airfoil and how does actually the airplane lift in the air and sustain? And then what are the systems and how do we control it? Technical general is so beautiful, and the course that I have on technical general is so beautiful that you study it once and you will feel that you are about top 1% of your peers. You learn about stability. You learn about so many things that even before flight training, you will feel that you have been in the cockpit, especially during nav training, tech gen training, and RT training. Most of our students who studied online, when they go for flying abroad, they are put on the accelerator mode, where flying training takes 1 hour, more than a year, maybe 2 years. Our students, they are being promoted to the next batch, because they have their papers, and whichever country they go to, they clear those papers with flying colors, and the schools directly just promote them to complete their flying in a very good and a faster way, because they have the capacity to do it. And that capacity starts from following instructions from day one for the ground training phase. Just study the way you are told, ask questions, give your best, and focus. Know that ground training is as important as flight training. I wish I could see what's happening on YouTube right now. That's it, students. I'll see you when I see you. Congratulations to all students who have successfully cleared their exams. All the best to students who are in between their training, working hard. And welcome to everyone who wants to learn and grow, or who just wants to just be a part of the community for discussions. All the best, students. Take care, and I hope I have been able to reach out. Take care, okay? Thank you for everything.